I'm coming at you guys live from the road right now. I don't typically go live on the road, but I'm live on the road, and I kind of wanted to go live right now because there was something that I felt like I wanted to weigh in on because I've been seeing some conversation about this. I've been seeing some talk about it. I've been hearing people talk about it online, and I kind of wanted to weigh in on it. And it's in regards to the current state of like retro game collecting, and where the retro game collecting market is, and you know how people feel about retro games for the most part. And because I'm driving, I won't be able to see the chat. So if you leave a comment and I don't get to it, please don't be mad. But I am driving, so I probably won't see the comment. But I did want to weigh in on this here because I've seen some videos and I've been hearing some talk about it. So when it comes to retro video games, we all kind of know what happened about 5 years ago, right? So everything was shut down. Everyone was trapped in their home. No one could go outside. No one could do anything. And a lot of people were like not in the best mental or emotional state. And one of the biggest feel good feelings, right? One of the things that you have that can make you feel better in an instant is the feeling of nostalgia. And a lot of people went and chased nostalgia during the pandemic. They sought after it. And one of the ways people found nostalgia was going back and watching some of their cartoons that they watched as a kid. Maybe they went and dug out some of their old cartoons. Another one of the ways that people, found nostalgia was by buying video games. And because of that, you saw a massive influx of people going and buying video games. And these are people who probably never really cared about video games before. They weren't really into video games. They weren't really thinking about them. But because they were like hungry for that nostalgia, because they were hungry for something that was going to make them feel better, people who didn't really care about video games maybe a month or two earlier, now all of a sudden were running out and buying video games. And because of that, prices started to explode, right? Because like anything, once a lot of people want something, the scalpers start to swarm, the resellers start to swarm. And when that happens, of course they want to go and buy up all the inventory. And that obviously causes prices to just go through the roof. And then you also had, compounding that, you had the social media effect, right? So you had social media, and I don't want to just say YouTube, I want to say social media, because Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, Facebook, YouTube, all of these outlets were now pushing retro video games to the point where we were getting a mini console like almost every other year. We got the Sega Genesis Mini, the Sega Genesis Mini 2, the Super Nintendo Mini, the NES Mini. We got all these classic consoles, and all of that was just meant to feed into the nostalgia. So we saw prices go crazy, and people rode that wave for about 2 or 3 years. Now, I saw a change in the market somewhere around 2023. Between like 2023 and 2024, I kind of knew it was over because people were able to go outside again, people were traveling again, and the casuals, the people who weren't really like into it from before, they were all kind of exiting the retro gaming scene. And so here we are in 2026, we're 6 years removed from all that hype. And when I go on social media, I see like some people saying like, oh, the retro gaming market's getting ready to explode. Get ready for, and this is my view on it. I don't think anything major is gonna happen in the retro gaming market anytime soon. Like, I don't think that there's gonna be a massive explosion, and I also don't think that there's going to be any kind of catastrophic collapse. I just don't see anything like that happening anytime soon. And the reason why I'm saying that is because there is no impetus for that change. There isn't anything on the horizon that's set to happen to cause the retro game market as a whole to just, randomly like blow up and just explode. Like that, to me, that's just not going to happen. There's nothing in the cards that tells me that something like that is going to happen. Now, you are going to see, in my opinion, I think you're going to have moments in pop culture where something might happen. A movie might come out. A TV show might come out. Unfortunate passing of maybe like some, a game developer or something like that. You might see something like that happen, and for a month or 2 months, you might see one particular game skyrocket in price. But usually when that happens, that game falls just as fast as it rose. We saw it happen with that little Piglet game for the PlayStation 2. That shot up and went back down. We saw it with when the Deadpool Wolverine movie came out. Deadpool skyrocketed and then it fell back down. And not just Deadpool. A lot of people don't realize that a lot of Wolverine games also shot up during that time too, including Wolverine Uncaged for the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. Even Wolverine at the Sega Genesis, that game too also shot up in price. A lot of people don't realize that those wolves kind of skyrocketed too. So, you're going to have moments in pop culture that I think are going to continue to cause these like random little spikes in retro video games, but I don't really see anything happening that's going to cause a